A vaccination exercise against the Rift Valley fever outbreak is underway in Isiolo County, targeting 150,000 livestock within the next 2 weeks. Isiolo Governor Dr. Mohamed Kuti said slaughterhouses will remain closed and the ban on livestock trade will remain until the Rift Valley fever is eradicated. An outbreak of the Rift Valley fever disease has been reported in at least 4 counties, namely Wajir, Isiolo, Meru and Marsabit, where it has so far claimed the lives of 26 people and several animals. This has prompted authorities to implement measures to stop the spread of the disease. In Isiolo County, which suspended slaughterhouses, operations and trade in livestock last week, the developed unit has started a vaccination exercise targeting 150,000 livestock. Isiolo County Government, in partnership with Regional Pastoral Livelihood Resilience Project and development partners, has unveiled 100,000 vaccines for areas where livestock have shown symptoms of the deadly disease.
Zoonotic disease ni ugonjwa binadamu anapata kutokana na kukula ama kukua karibu na mnyama. Sasa kukaa kidogo tumeanza kusikia Wajir iko Rift Valley fever. Na baadaye kidogo Marsabit, na ikawa sasa imeambukiza mifugo na imeambukiza watu, kwa sababu Rift Valley fever ni ugonjwa inaletwa na mosquito inaitwa Aedes, na inaweza enea kwa haraka sana, na mara moja tukaweza kutengenezewa dozi 1,100. Bahati mbaya sikujua kiasi ile natakikana, niliomba 1,100 nilifikiri tuko na mifugo kiasi hiyo. Nafika hapa na ambao tunatakana 1,300, na mimi nitarudi tena niombe tena 1,200 ingine kwa sababu najua tutapata.
The governor also opened vaccine storage center, saying that vaccination equipment at the veterinary department will help fight the livestock disease.
Kama mtu anatumia maziwa ni lazima make sure imechemka vizuri, ili kwa bahati mbaya kukiwa kuna viini viwe vinakufa kwa hiyo kuchemsha. Mambo ya nyama tumesimamisha uchinjaji wa mifugo kwa sababu huwezi ukajua ni mnyama yupi ako na shida na ni yupi hana.
While warning residents to keep off uninspected livestock products, County Director of Veterinary Services Dr. Joseph Githinji said no livestock will be slaughtered or traded until the Rift Valley fever is eradicated. Facebook has admitted a glitch in its network meant for people who had Facebook has admitted a glitch in its network, meaning people who had been blocked were temporarily unblocked. The bug revealed by the company on Monday affected at least 800,000 people. It was active between 29th May and 5th June and applied to both core Facebook and its Messenger app.
While only affecting a small percentage of Facebook's 2.4 billion users around the world, the glitch makes troubling reading for those who use the blocking feature as a method of escaping harassment on the platform. The disclosure comes against a backdrop of a continuing privacy crisis at the company. Late Friday, the firm disclosed 110 third parties that had been given greater access to personal data, exposing a wider network of access than previously realized. Yvonne Anula for Y254 News.
Coffee farmers should not rush to uproot the crop weighed by various challenges since leaders are addressing their plight. Nyeri Senator Ephraim Maina says leaders who have been looking into the issue will within the next 2 weeks announce solutions meant to streamline the coffee sector. Details of this and other stories in our corporate briefs. Nyeri Senator Ephraim Maina says leaders who have been probing challenges faced by coffee farmers will soon be engaging with farmers to see how best to remove obstacles that have been preventing them from benefiting from the crop. He warned farmers not to be lured by promises of quick riches from new crops, noting that tea and coffee have for long been the county's main cash crop. He attributed the coffee sector's perpetual upheavals to systemic problems that need to be fixed, citing Ethiopia as one country that has demonstrated that coffee could be turned into a profitable business for farmers if value chain problems were solved.
We wish to appeal to the farmers in this region of Nyeri, in the Mount Kenya region, and in the country at large, that the leaders from this region, the government is concerned that people should not uproot coffee, people should not uproot tea. They should still continue following the laid down procedures.
Meanwhile, Kenya Power has engaged members of the Parliamentary Committee on Energy to sensitize them on the impact of vandalism and other offences in the Energy Act. Managing Director and CEO Dr. Ken Tarus says Kenya Power loses $500,000 shillings in revenue annually to vandalism of transformers, meter tampering and illegal connection, and is seeking harsher penalties against perpetrators.
We are calling for all these forums as part of our stakeholder engagement. What we have realized is that in this business, we cannot afford to be alone. More specifically, like what we had in Naivasha, engaging with the magistrates and the Kathis will help us when we are dealing with matters vandalism. So we really needed to engage and explain to them our operations and what the vandals are doing to our network. And we were therefore enlisting for their support so that when vandals are presented before them, they will be making their judgments, making their rules from a point of knowledge, considering the things that we will have taken them through. And so really, it was an exercise to just enlighten them on our operations and the implications of what vandals do in terms of disrupting our systems.
Dr. Tarus said the losses prompted Kenya Power to initiate sustained surveillance on the power distribution network as well as crack down on vandalism and illegal connections.
It is a serious issue, and I'm not just looking at the number of vandals that happen, but I'm looking at the impact of such vandals. You can imagine, for example, if a transformer that serves, say, 10, 15, 20, 100 customers is vandalized. Regardless of their consumption, look at the disturbance, look at the agony they are taken through when they are deprived of enjoying that power.
Now, 22162 is the SMS line. Send us your response, your comments about this and other stories, starting with the worldwide news. At Official Razaki, at Y254 channel, hashtag Y254 updates is where we are on Twitter. Now, we're going to take a very brief break, but don't go away because we're back with yet more stories.
Y254. Imagine.
You know it's been see again. Uwe na kobole amano.
Si.
Umekunywa uji amako.
Si.
Una mablings zimefika kwa mago. Si. Machoni pake sote tuko similar. Similar.
Similar kali kabisa. As you can see, Ben C again amekuja tena kwa the buzz Y254.
Yes, and you know you can't afford to miss this particular show on the buzz. Tuko na vitu moto by the way. Have you ever had a video vixen being sat down for an interview?
Ngoja kwanza. Boychel, usishtuke sana, si Huda anakuja Mavera.
Yes.
It's a guy.
When you do it professionally, people will take you serious.
Yeah. We also have a photographer with us that Tuesday.
Mr. 2K.
Yes.
My mom told me you can do something else other than engineering.
Tuesday 7:30. Koso Chekwe.
Yes.
Kose. You know it. You know it's been see again. Similar.
Tuko similar.
Similar.
Y254. Imagine.
Welcome back to Business Tuesday. My name is Abdurazak Ngutia. Now 22162 is the SMS line, starting with the word Y News. At Official Razaki, at Y254 channel, hashtag Y254 updates is where we are on Twitter. Now, residents in Turkana County on Wednesday protested over lack of job tenders, insecurity and the community's share of proceeds from the oil being manufactured in the county. They blocked trucks from transporting oil from the Ngamia 8 in Lokichar to Mombasa. Elsewhere, the Trump administration has said it does not want one of the world's biggest phone carriers, China Mobile, to provide telecom services within the United States, citing normal national security concerns. This and other stories in the weekly roundup.
Turkana residents on Wednesday blocked trucks from transporting oil from the Ngamia 8 in Lokichar to Mombasa, protesting over job tenders, insecurity, and the community's share of proceeds from the oil. The protesters also demanded that the government give details of their 5% revenue share, which they want channeled to their bank accounts and not directed to development as some leaders want. Meanwhile, the national government wants farmers to produce more hay in order to export some to Djibouti. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kionjori said the government had struck a deal with Djibouti to buy all the hay Kenya can offer. The CS, while speaking in Laikipia County, urged Kenyan farmers to grow the grass, especially the Bomarodhis variety, with the hope of selling it like any other cash crop. In Barogwe Ward, Kirinyaga East Sub-County, the pond, which was formed by water that started gushing out soon after the onset of the recent torrential rains, caused losses as it covered 5 acres of crops. According to area residents, after the last incident, the area dried up and farming kicked off, but in March all hell broke loose, causing fear and panic. Residents have continued to complain that the large pond is causing great danger in the area. Elsewhere, the Trump administration has said it does not want one of the world's biggest phone carriers, China Mobile, to provide telecom services within the U.S., citing national security concerns. State-owned China Mobile applied to the U.S. Federal Communication Commission, FCC, for a license to do so in 2011, but the U.S. Department of Commerce has recommended the license request be denied. The advice comes amid rising trade tensions between the U.S. and China. And finally, the government is set to impose increased taxes on mobile money services in the coming financial year in a proposal by Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich in the 3.074 trillion shillings for 2018 and 2019 budget. While reading the budget statement in Parliament, Rotich proposed to increase excise duty on mobile cash transfer services from 10% to 12%. Rotich further proposed a tax of 0.05% on cash transfers of more than 500,000 shillings between banks and other financial institutions. For I254 Business News, I'm Dereva Hilary.
Now, Bamburi Cement and Centum Investment, Equity Bank and Standard Chartered Bank are among the big gainers in the close of business tonight with the stock exchange. Now, here comes the graphics. Now, the US dollars in the foreign exchanges it buys from 100 shillings and sells at 100 shillings and 94 cents. And the sterling pound buys against the Kenyan shilling at 132.24 or 132 shillings and 24 cents and sells at 132 shillings and 56 cents. Now, the euro sells at 117 shillings and 24 cents while buying at 116 shillings 0.98. This and more other foreign exchange items and graphics. Thank you very much for joining me on Business Tuesday. My name is Abdurazak Nguti, and it's always a pleasure to have you tonight. Now, 22162 is the SMS line, starting with the word Y News at Official Razaki, at Y254 channel, hashtag Y254 updates is where we are on Twitter. Until next week, I'm very glad to wish you a very good evening.